We were so close to cashing a couple of these props last week, but it was not meant to be. The first of which, Jonata Dinez by knockout. He had Carl Williams hurt on numerous spots. Ends up still pulling off the victory outright, but we wanted him to win by knockout. That does not come to fruition. Danny Barlow by knockout at plus 110 does not come through as well, as we saw a little bit more of a conservative approach from him. Very surprising to my eye. I thought we'd see him a little bit more active in terms of trying to find the finish there. Does not come to fruition either. And the Marcin Tybura by decision at plus 350 had no chance of hitting, especially with how aggressive we saw Spivak being with his jiu-jitsu, looking to try to submit Tybura rather than get grinded out as he did in their first fight. So we rip up all those three best prop spots, and then the long shot in Chepe Mariscal round 3 at plus 750. Had he just mustered up a couple more shots in those last 10 seconds, he probably would have gotten the finish, but he was quite exhausted from the relentless scrambling and endless pressure that both these guys were trying to put on each other, and we have to rip up that long shot ticket as well. We get right back to the board this weekend and try to cash these three prop bets and the long shot. We got some juicy props here. I think even if we end up hitting one of these, we should be able to get in the profit. So let's see what I'm able to bring to the board. First up, we're going to go Stuart Nickel by submission at plus 375. I think he is a far superior fighter to Jesus Aguilar, and I think his pressure with his grappling and forward movement will cause Aguilar a ton of trouble. I think from there, Nickel will eventually be able to open up that submission opportunity, whether it's by getting the back or eventually getting the full mount and eventually getting the back from there. He should have no problem dealing with the threatening power of Aguilar or even that guillotine that Aguilar likes to bring to the table. But I think Nickel is far superior here, and he should have no problem finding the submission, and at plus 375, worth a shot. Second best prop bet is going to be Jack Jenkins, round 2 at plus 230. This has been bet to shreds by pretty much everybody, as we know that Herbert Burns has a horrible gas tank. We've seen him lose all 3 of his last fights in the second round after finding himself exhausted after the first round or even after the first 4 minutes. I think Jenkins will pick up on that and do a great job in terms of staying active enough and pushing a pace that's going to cause Burns to slow down. Hopefully we get past that 5-minute mark, and then once we get to the second round, Jenkins should have no problem turning up the volume and eventually getting Burns out of there. The third best prop bet is going to be Walter Walker inside the distance at plus 285. I think Junior Tafa has a horrible takedown defense game and an even worse get-up game, which will allow Walker to get to the game that has been so successful for him in the past. He does a great job in terms of taking opponents down and grinding them out from that top position, and once he finds himself asserting that dominant position, that's when he starts going to work with the damage and raining down big shots. I think that he'll do a great job of doing that here against Tafa and have no issue with keeping him down. And then from there, he eventually finds the finish. The long shot is actually going to be in conjunction with this Walter Walker inside the distance prop, but it's going to be Walker round 2 at plus 900. I think it will take roughly about a round or so for Walker to assert that dominant top position, for Tafa to start to slow down, and then once Walker gets the takedown again in the second round, I think it will just be a matter of time before he gets the position he needs to posture up and rain down big shots to get that finish. I think I have no idea why Walker is the underdog in this spot. Obviously, Tafa might have a little bit of a striking advantage, but I don't think it's going to be to the point that's going to cause Walker too many issues to eventually drag this fight to the ground and eventually find that finish of his own, hopefully in the second round. There you guys go. 3 best prop bets. Long shot. We got the free parlay that dropped earlier today. We had the PFL breakdowns drop yesterday. So getting you ready for the fights tonight, and then UFC 305 on the weekend. All right, that's a wrap on this week's content. I will be back on Sunday for a new segment that I wanted to start up. I'm ditching the immediate reaction show as it's not really picked up the steam that I was hoping it would, but I believe this new segment should be a fun one, should be a one that should get a little bit more traction and something that you guys would enjoy as being longtime viewers of the channel. So I'll see you guys Sunday. Peace.